Welcome to this circular flow class. My name's Roseanne. I'll be your guide today. For this class, you will be faced toward the camera and away from the camera at various points because it is circular. So it's challenging for the brain. It's good for our proprioception. So it's the kind of sequence I enjoy, especially practicing in studio, because then I can move around and people can see the entire time. But if you're practicing online with me, hopefully you're familiar with the poses so that there's no big surprises. And you'll see the poses one way, and then when you're turned the other way, you will have already experienced them. So hopefully that will assist you. If you want to place your mat long ways, then that is quite helpful, and have your head the same direction as mine to start off with. So lie down on your mat. Ground the body for a few breaths. Notice the cycle of the breath as one leads into the other. Breathe here, roll the wrists and ankles. And reverse directions. And take those hands to heart center, to the sternum. Thank you for practicing with me today. Sat Nam. Interlace those fingers, press the palms toward the heart or toward the sky. Lift them overhead, long body stretch. Circle those arms round, interlace the fingers the opposite way. Press the palms again toward the sky and overhead. Release those hands and clasp the backs of the thighs and hug the knees in. Make some circles one way. And the other. Then hug those thighs to the outsides of the ribs and lengthen the legs and bend. Repeat as you inhale, extend, and exhale to bend. Warm through the hips. More time, reach those legs long. Make circles with the ankles once more. And reverse. And then from here, begin to narrow the legs slightly and make circles with the shins. Same thing with the forearms. Egg beater. Great for the brain. Reverse directions. Then pause and plant the feet and peel the spine off the earth as the arms reach overhead. Circle the arms round as the hips lower. Again, lift the hips, arms reach. Arms circle as you lower. Two more, depending on your pace. Last one, lift. And circle those arms round to hug the knees once more. Lengthen legs to the sky for just a moment. Censor the backs of your legs. And then plant the feet, extend the arms from the shoulder, and windshield washer the legs side to side. One palm may turn up, one palm may turn down. And the next time your legs come toward me, keep them there and roll onto that side. Tiny little ball. And we're inhaling to the lower back. Next time you exhale, take that top hand, press it into the earth. So you can lift yourself up and find your way into tabletop. Arch the spine here, cat cow or cat tilt, and round. Let's continue here, arch and flex. Last one, arch and half. Stick of the tongue. Then bring your head or your spine back to neutral. Allow the chest to sink toward the earth. Arms are relatively long, and then press the earth away. Allow the chest to sink and press. So if you like this. Two more. Last one, let the chest sink. And then come to neutral and turn those fingertips to the outside edges of the room. And then toward your knees, if able. And back toward the outside edges of the room, forward. So you're making a little circle here. And turn them toward one another. So just continue this action here. And the next time your hands turn in, try to arch your spine from this variation and then round. And you may find the elbows naturally bent. This may feel a little awkward. And to do things that make us a little uncomfortable. Arch and round. Time arch. Come to neutral, turn the hands forward once more. And you may need to walk them out slightly so that you can make circles of the torso forward and back. Then through the hands. And the movement of yourself in space. Reverse directions, come forward and back. One more time, forward and back. And then ripple through the spine and bring your chest through your arms. And tuck the toes and sink your bottom toward the hips, but not quite. And then roll forward once more. Come forward and lower yourself all the way onto your belly. From here, extend those arms out. Perhaps lift the head slightly and lift your right arm, left leg. Lower, opposite side. A little bilateral cross here. Great again for the brain. Let's do one more each side. Last one. Lower everything down. And lift once more and sweep those arms by your sides. You can lift the feet if you wish. They could also stay planted and circle the arms forward and back. Again, feet could be planted. One more time, circle the arms forward and back toward the toes. Perhaps lift a little higher into locust. And lower down, hands under the forehead, bend the knees, and windshield washer the legs side to side. So shins drape left and right. And allow the shins to return to the earth. Slide those hands closer toward the shoulders, elbows back, and press yourself up so you can tuck your toes and send yourself into a downward facing dog. Pedal the feet and shake the head, perhaps. Yes. And no. And then pause the down dog and bend the knees to hover off the earth, about an apple height off the earth, and lengthen the legs. And bend. Crouch and lengthen. Crouch. Lengthen. And last time, crouch. And see if you can step forward with that right leg. And lengthen the back left leg here. And rock forward and back on the toes. Plant that left hand. You could always drop the back knee as well if you wish. And take that right arm up, rotate open toward the right leg, and then thread that arm underneath. And open. And close. One more time, open into the rotation. And take that right hand and plant it to the inside of the lead leg. Only to walk the hands out in a diagonal to the left for runner's gait. Look underneath the legs. Blade the back foot, if not already there, and sweep the hands to the left and right as the toes turn toward the long edge of your mat. One more time, sweep to the right. And plant that left hand and revolve toward the right-hand side just for a moment. And then slide those hands over toward the left. Frame the front foot and then rotate toward the left lead leg. Hands will come to frame the front foot only so that you can roll up through the spine and lift into a high runner's lunge. Plant the back foot and come into warrior two. Back arm drops, left arm reaches, exalted or reverse warrior. And turn this into a side angle, left forearm to same thigh. And lengthen the lead leg to find your triangle. Sweep back up into exalted, bend the lead knee. Find your side angle once more. And find triangle, lengthen lead leg. One more time, sweep up into exalted. Only this time to pivot on the back toes, turn your torso forward again into the runner's lunge. And step forward. Hands reach overhead. And pour your body forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. Sit back into plank. Forward slightly with the body. You could lower onto the knees, lower partway down for chaturanga. Find your version of Sphinx, Cobra, or upward facing dog, whatever serves today. And tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. That right leg will rise and pull it through to meet the hands. From here, rotate toward the right lead leg and thread that right hand underneath the leg. Open and close. One more time, open and circle that right arm to the inside of the lead leg for lizard, rock forward and back. Then pause and continue your journey. Those hands walk to the left side of the mat to runner's gait. Look under the legs. Toes turn toward the long edge of your mat as you sweep side to side. Hand sweep to the right, plant the left one as you rotate. And sweep those hands all the way to the left. That right hand will plant as you rotate toward the left lead leg. Hands frame the front foot so you can lift off into your high runner's lunge. Lay the back foot, warrior two, open to the right side wall. From here, drop the back arm, left arm reaches, exalted. And find your side angle. Left forearm to thigh. Sweep up into your triangle here. Lengthen the lead leg. My apologies. Bend the lead knee, sweep that left arm up, exalted. Back into the side angle, left forearm to thigh. And triangle, lengthen lead left leg. And one more time, bend the lead leg as you sweep that left arm up to exalted. Only to pivot on the back toes, turn the torso toward the short edge of your mat into the runner's lunge. And step forward. Hands reach overhead. Engage the core. Bend the knees slightly as you pour forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. Step back into your plank. Come forward slightly with the body. And take your chaturanga if you wish. Always skip it. Take your version of the up dog. And hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now we're on the other side. The left leg comes up. Pull it through to meet the hands. From here, the left arm rotates open and thread it underneath the left leg. Open and close. One more time, open. Left hand plants the inside of the lead leg, rock forward and back on the ankle. Still the legs, walk the hands out toward the right edge of your mat on a diagonal and look under your legs, runner's gait. Both sets of toes turn toward the long edge of your mat. Sweep right and left with the hands. Alternate the knee bend. Next time you come left, stay and rotate. And then sweep those hands all the way over to the right. Plant the left hand so you can revolve toward the new lead leg. Nice. Hands come to frame the front foot so you can roll up through the spine for our runner's lunge. Warrior two, open your body toward the left side wall. Drop the back arm, right arm reaches, exalted. And find your side angle, right forearm to thigh. Other arm might go over the ear. And lengthen the lead leg for triangle pose, and hips back in space, elongate through the spine. Bend the lead knee, find exalted, sweep that right arm up, left arm down. And then find your side angle once more. Lengthen lead leg, extend through those arms, triangle. Nice. Pivot on, bend the lead knee, sweep up the right arm one more time for exalted. Only to pivot on the back toes, turn toward the short edge of your mat in a runner's lunge again. Step forward, circle the arms up. And forward fold. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold, and step back into that plank. You can take rest here or chaturanga, your variation of the up dog. And exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Last time here, that left leg rises. Pull it through to meet the hands. Revolve toward the left. And thread that left arm underneath the leg. Again. Last time, reach for the sky. Circle that arm to the inside of the lead leg. Rock forward and back on that back ankle. Still the legs. Walk the hands out in a diagonal. Look underneath your legs. Runner's gait. Both sets of toes turn to the long edge of your mat as you sweep side to side. Slide toward the left, plant the right hand, one little rotation here. And sweep yourself all the way back toward the right hand side. Plant that left hand, rotate right. And both hands come down in order to find our runner's lunge. We lift up through the spine once we feel steady. Warrior two. Drop the back arm, reach through the right one, exalted or reverse warrior. And forearm to the lead thigh into the side angle. Lengthen the lead leg as the spine also extends. Triangle. Bend lead knee, find your exalted, reach that right arm high. Return to the side angle, right forearm to thigh. And find your triangle. Last time into the reverse warrior, lift that right arm up. And pivot on those back toes to turn to the new short edge of the mat. And this time step forward. Arm circle. Or yourself forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. Perhaps you step into the plank. And choose, if you wish, that final chaturanga into your variation of the up dog and downward facing dog. Right leg can rise and pull it through, but drape the shin. For pigeon. If pigeon doesn't serve you, roll onto the right hip, bend the back knee, see if deer is more to your liking. That shin could be anywhere, both shins could be anywhere from 90 degrees to 45 to in toward the midline. Lengthen that back leg behind you. If you're in the pigeon, and lift through the spine and come forward and then roll up a few times if you want to keep that flow. And lower down to any degree. Might stay upright the entire time. You press that front shin into the earth, protect the knee. Lower breath into the back of the heart. And exhale to rise, only to walk your hands out to the left on a diagonal. If you wish to explore this variation, you could come down again. Inhale. Exhale to walk back up. Another variation. That left hand can thread underneath the right one to rotate. This may not be for everyone. You might choose to do kind of a neutral variation. Could also be an upright slight rotation. So perhaps you just walk the hand slightly toward the right knee and stay upright. We'll inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to unravel and slowly rise from wherever you are. Let's tuck those back toes and maybe crawl them toward you a little bit. Send that right leg high in toward the sky. Bend the knee, maybe stack the hips. An option to flip your dog if you wish, to take that right leg to the earth, or right foot to the earth rather, and turn your torso toward the sky. You can even cradle the head with the right hand. Stick out the tongue. And plant that right hand as you send that right leg high again into the sky. An option to come forward into a plank, perhaps with one leg lifted, lower part way. Find your chaturanga or in your Asuri up dog and your down dog. Whew. Left leg comes high into the sky and pull it through to meet the hands and drape the shin for pigeon. Lift through the torso and lower down. Roll up through the spine, perhaps, and roll right back down. Notice the breath. I like to inhale as I rise and exhale as I lower. One more time, lift. Maybe you come down, maybe you stay upright. Again, press that shin down. Move the tongue around the mouth if there's tension. Inhale. And exhale. Perhaps to come up if you were lowered. An option to walk those hands out to the right on a diagonal and lower down to any degree. Anywhere you can soften. Maybe, maybe not. Inhale. And exhale to start to rise. And come back to neutral. You could stay with neutral or take that right arm up and thread it underneath the left arm. Lower down perhaps onto the right shoulder. So you pull it back toward its socket. Arm back toward its socket. One more inhale here. As you exhale, start to unravel, rise, tuck the back toes. So you can send that left leg high. Bend the knee and stack the hips. And this might be where you stay. And focus on leveling out weight through the hands, or the left foot comes down. So turn our torso to the sky. Slight internal rotation of the thighs. While the outer hips hug in. Counter action. And that left hand can return to the earth. The torso faces the earth, left leg high. It could also be planted as we come forward into the plank and down into the chaturanga. Plant the foot as we come into our variation of up dog. And hips up and back, down dog. Widen the knees, lower the shins, hips to heels, child's pose. Slide the body forward on the mat. Come into Sphinx to take that right leg out to the side, look to the foot, over the shoulder. Slide it long and switch sides. Legs lengthen out as you lower onto the belly. Perhaps take bow if you wish, and clasp both ankles. And lift up. Perhaps you even are able to look up. And lower right back. Turn over onto your back. Knee hug. With the left leg, go long or plant the foot, either way. Hug, right knee in. And take that thigh across the body to the opposite side for supine rotation. And you could stay in this variation, or if that bottom leg is long, maybe you bend it and you reach with that right hand for the foot. You don't have to. Lengthen arms and legs. You're on your side. So one side's down, one side's up. Lift the bottom waist a bit off the earth too. And then roll onto your back. Hug both knees into the chest. A massage for a transverse colon before you extend that right leg long or plant the foot and hug left knee in. Take that right hand across the body to allow for the rotation. Bring the left leg with you to the right side. Might bend the bottom leg and reach for the foot. Doesn't mean it's going to get there. Inhale here. And exhale to roll onto that lowered side. Lift through the bottom waist. And find your back once more. Hug the knees in. Lengthen the legs, toes toward nose. You could stay right here. Or take those hands to the small of the back. Make sure the neck stays still for this. And shoulder stand as you press into the upper arms. And these legs could come over into plow as you flex to the feet. And bring the legs overhead to any degree. The knees could be bent. Again, stay with the toes toward nose if this does not serve you. It's your body has its own history, its own experiences, its own design. More inhale here. And if the legs are over, use the hands on the hips as support here on the top of the pelvis, or the pelvic ridge rather. Take the legs high, press the upper arms into the earth, and then slide the hands along either side of the body, and use the core as well to help heel over the legs. Knee hug, or perhaps a happy baby. legs wide, clasp the outsides of the foot or backs of thighs, shins. Soles of feet come together in the air, and you can let them lower, and the knees stay open for cobblers. And take your hands and close the knees like a book, heel toe, the feet to the outside edges of the mat. And the knees can stay together in knee mountain if it serves. It's a triangle with the knees. So you breathe into the pelvic floor. With each inhale, imagine the pelvic floor descending toward the toes. And as you exhale, just let everything come home, come to midline. Gently. Inhale, balloon. Pelvic floor releases. And as you exhale, soften. You could stay here with this breath pattern or extend your legs, sweep your shins around into Savasana. You could also stay planted with the knees neutral toward the sky. Perhaps a pillows underneath your hamstrings. You sense the wave of your breath, the belly, ribs, and chest. And the chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. And exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Continue to sense the wave, the flow. Notice where your attention lies. There's no right or wrong, just notice. As you lie here on the floor, breathing. Broaden the breath in. And extend the exhale. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, or take any movement that serves. Calls to you right now. When you're ready, find your favorite side. And rise to seated. And roll the head side to side. Perhaps if there's no compression in the neck, all the way around. Just take caution. Listen to your own body. In reverse directions. And drop the chin. Bring your head back to neutral. Perhaps you take your fingertips and bring them together. And bring them to the sides of the head. Make little circles. The temples. Little circles here. Maybe open and close the jaw a few times. Reverse circles. Pull at the skin a little. And let that go. Perhaps rub the back of your neck. Front or sides of the neck. And roll the shoulders once before you lift the arms up. Perhaps bring the hands through to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Truth is thy name. Sanam. May we see things truthfully when we leave our mat. If you liked this practice and live in Simcoe County area, I work at the Body Hub in Midhurst, Ontario, and Giovanna Wellness in Barrie. Have a great day.